So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and today I'm going to be talking about the rematch which has been confirmed now between Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. Now this fight is set for April this year, the 27th to be precise, and it's going to be taking place in Leeds. Now this is a fight which should have happened 2 years ago, and there's a lot that's gone on since their first fight. Their first fight was a lot of controversy. We all know about that, so I'm not going to get into it into this video too much. But it's took 2 years for us to get to this point, and I just hope that nothing hampers it, so that we can see these two guys in the ring. This week they've been doing a lot of press conferences here and there. One in Leeds, like Scotland, and obviously Talksport, and they've done some with Ade and people like that. So yeah, they're promoting this fight quite a lot, and it's a massive fight, and it's probably the biggest domestic fight to date in this year. I should probably say that's going to happen. That's been scheduled, and I'm looking forward to it. And if I didn't have things going on the day, I would have tried to have got a ticket for this fight, because I feel as if it's going to be a very, very exciting fight to watch. I don't really know too much about the undercard, who's fighting on the undercard, but I wouldn't really give it shit, really. I should put it in a blunt way, because it's the main event, which is what I would be going for, and it's to watch these two get it on. And if the fight lives up with all the hype and, you know what I mean, the hatred that these two guys have got for each other, if they go into the fight with all that built up aggression and frustration, then it could possibly be a very, very good fight, and maybe one of the fights that we probably look back at the end of the year and be like, you know what, that was a brilliant fight, and I'd love to see a trilogy. But it could also go the opposite way as well. It could probably be a stinker. I don't feel as if it will be, because they've both got something to lose here. Josh Taylor, he obviously lost in his last fight against Teofimo Lopez, and it hasn't, I mean, it hasn't looked the same. Obviously, that Jack Catterall, that first time, he just didn't look like him. He just looked quite weird, I should say. And then obviously the Teofimo fight, just looked as if he was done. I put it in a sad way, really. He looks like a done fighter. So he's got a lot to prove. Obviously, he's got a lot to prove to the fans that, yes, you know what I mean, I wasn't on form in the first fight, managed to get the win, and I'm going to put things right in the second fight. But also, he needs to show us that he's still got a lot left in the tank, and that he could be still considered one of the big names in the 140, 147 pound, depending on what happens with his weight, and if he moves up divisions. Now, Jack Catterall, on the other hand, he has got a lot, to kind of put forward for as well, because obviously since that defeat he's obviously gone on and had two fights, once against Darryl Foley and the other one against Linares as well. Got the wins in both of these fights, but didn't look great against Linares, because Linares is an older fighter, past his best. I'm sure he retired after that fight, but you know what I mean, you would have kind of expected Catterall to kind of stop him maybe, but it wasn't to be. He obviously won quite comprehensively on the scorecards, but you probably would have thought maybe he could stop an old Linares, but as I said, it wasn't to be. So he's got a lot to prove to fans as well, and obviously he's going to want that revenge. He's going to want to put things right. And as I said, if it's a proper, you know what I mean, toe-to-toe, exciting fight, hard to split the rounds at times type of fight, then people are going to want to see the trilogy. But it's quite tricky, because before these two guys obviously fought the first time, I wouldn't have really have given Catterall a chance, because Josh Taylor was the man. Everyone was putting Josh Taylor up there, you know what I mean, pound for pound, this and that, and considered to be one of the best. Obviously he cleaned up his division, but you just, you know what I mean, you wouldn't have give Catterall a chance. And it was kind of like when David Avanesian and he fought Crawford. Everyone knew it was going to be a one-way showdown, and it pretty much was. But that's kind of what I was expecting when Catterall stepped up to fight Josh Taylor. I thought it was going to be Josh Taylor quite comprehensively, but it wasn't to be. But anyway, this is a fight I'm looking forward to, and no doubt at some point, you know what I mean, there's got to be extra tickets for this fight. I believe tickets go on general sale this Friday, which will be obviously the 23rd of February. So I reckon that will be a sellout, and then maybe they might have to try and get some more tickets. But as I said, if this is one of them fights which, you know, I mean, people want to see it further, they'll have to probably do it at a bigger stadium because it's going to draw a lot of interest. And I'm very surprised that they didn't pull it on pay-per-view as well, because you just knew, you know what I mean, you're going to get these two guys in a room all together and it's going to fly off, and it has so far. And it's not one of these times where you kind of watch these two chat shit in the press conference and act like they don't like each other, blah, 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 and then after the fight they're all hunky-dory. These two actually don't like each other. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I just hope that they take that into the fight. But I will do a pre-fight video closer to the time. Just wanted to kind of get you my thoughts in regards to this fight. Yeah, it's popping at the minute. It's probably the most exciting thing in the boxing division at the minute. And yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. Can't wait for April. As I said, it's a shame that I've got plans. Otherwise, potentially would have got a ticket to try and go and watch it live. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in regards to Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall on the 27th of April this year. As always, guys, please subscribe. Bless.